Hello friends and family, and welcome to the 2023 Des Moines Challenge, presented by Discraft. This is a Disc Golf Pro Tour Elite Series event, and we are here at Picard Park in Indianola, Iowa. And this coverage is brought to you by Ace Run Pro, and this is your FPO chase card. My name is Holly Finley.
And I'm Connor O'Reilly. We are here in the hills of Iowa. The heat is sweltering, and this course here at Pickard Park is looking and playing incredibly. We got long grass cuts delineating a lot of the out of bounds throughout the more open holes. This course is just such a good variety of shots.
First up on this card, we have Valerie Mandujano, who has come back from a break after an injury, so I'm excited to see her playing again. And next up, we have Hailey King, last week's champion from the Dynamic Discs Open.
Third on the card, we have Kat Mertsch, who has found herself in the winner's circle twice this season. Card full of winners so far, and one who's hoping to become a winner for the first time. Holyn Handley's been knocking on the door all season, been one of the most consistent players on the tour with her power combo game.
Here we are, hole one, let's run it. 542-foot par 4. You've got out of bounds on the left and right, all the way up surrounding the basket. Your first shot can be conservative, staying in the fairway, or if you want to be more aggressive, you can hang it out over that OB corner to get maximum distance. Your second shot's probably going to be a couple hundred feet where you could utilize a mid putter or maybe a fairway. Get yourself a birdie 3.
First on the tee out of Cibolo, Texas, Valerie Mandujano.
Now we actually saw hole one play as the easiest hole on the course today. Let us know in the comments, are you someone who prefers a kind of easy chance to let it get going on the course for your first hole, or do you want to start off with something super challenging?
Next on the pad, Hailey King.
Oh, Hailey, come on.
Hailey King with a bit more aggressive shot, cutting over that OB corner, and if you land past that small tree, you're in a great position for birdie.
Mertsch.
Kat's got some solid distance herself. Let's see if she tries to cut across that corner as well.
Kat often competing in our distance contests that we have around the U.S. Safe in the fairway.
Please welcome Holyn Handley.
Let's go, Holly.
Holyn opting for backhand here. You never know with her combo game. Very conservative shot for her there.
Mandujano up first. This is her second shot. Bit of a turnover into the green, and she'll have about a 35-foot putt for birdie.
Yeah, a little low. She's got a tester to see how that putt's feeling here on hole one.
And I do have a secret wish that they put the basket on that mound inside the trees at some point.
That can be your final round location, Holly.
This is Kat Mertsch's second shot, and she is up there in the bullseye looking at a birdie putt.
Hailey, longest drive of the bunch, floats it up, almost dunks it. Hole one showing how it could be the easiest hole on the course, really kind of a mindless drive, just a matter of how aggressive you want to get, and then routine upshot for pretty much anyone in the FPO field.
Valerie starts off with a strong birdie putt, as does Holyn Handley.
Yeah, we saw more than half the field birdie here on the first. Only 11% bogey or above, so still offering trouble to those who really missed big off the tee or on that second shot.
Nice hole, nice hole.
4 for 4. What a great start.
That might be our first diamond frame start of the season, so good on you, ladies. Here we are on the second. It's a par 4, 695 feet. You got to carry out of bounds off the tee and get to this inbounds fairway that kind of plays perpendicular to the tee area. If you can hyzer get some finish there at the end, you're looking to play either a backhand low to the right side here, or if you have a big forehand, it comes into this right to left sloping green very nicely.
Valerie up first. Most players will go over that drop zone tee pad, and if you land past it and a little bit left, that is a primo position. Now, if you can get around that corner and that line of trees, that'll really give you an easier chance at a birdie 3.
Yeah, there's one mulberry tree kind of at the very far left side that you see Hailey push kind of equidistant with there, that it plays about 310 feet from the basket. So if you can get around that, you're going to have a very manageable approach.
Cat Mertsch, she's cutting early. Let's just hope it's got enough distance to stay in bounds. And it does not, unfortunately. It's a very common error on this hole.
Yeah, she was probably trying to get way left around that corner. You got to find the balance here of getting left as well as pushing it far out away from that tree line.
Cat Mertsch throwing 3 from the drop zone.
Yeah, it's
The
gonna
shot, yeah, a bit low, but she probably could have gotten there. Looks like she's going to have to play for a bogey or worse.
Yeah, that drop zone looks to play at least 400 feet or more and up the hill. It's going to be a tough save for par if you take that drop zone.
And the second shot on this hole is very long. It's a very tough 3. It takes 2 perfect drives to get yourself a 3. A lot of times you can get a circle 2 putt. See if Holyn Handley can get up there.
Her forehand sets up ideally for this green, and she...
Incredible.
Did she just hit the basket or the mulch right there? That was a great shot. Shakes off the hand, a little spicy there.
Hailey King has really set herself up well to attack this for birdie. Getting around that corner is just elite level on that tee shot.
Lands a little lower than Holyn, but skips up there nicely, flops down just outside that bullseye. Putting up at it, it's a good angle.
And if you love Cat Mertsch's dress, it's manufactured by one of her sponsors called Perks and Recreation. And Mandujano will have a drop-in par here on the second.
Yeah, I feel like her course management throughout the course of a tournament is part of what won some of her events for her last year. Very smart, mature player.
Handley for birdie. Incredible.
Yeah, if you have that forehand backhand combo, it really plays well on this hole if you can throw a good drive.
And Mertsch able to stick it to a single bogey after going out of bounds on her tee shot. And Hailey King will pick up her second birdie in a row. And there were only 6 birdies on the day on this hole, and you just saw 2 of them right here.
Hailey and Holyn pushed a playoff last weekend, and they're both birdie to start.
Billy Rossini and I go back to 2007, I believe. Billy was one of the guys that was actually sponsored in Charlotte by Innova. He said, hey, here's my product, and I was already in. All the scoring that we do in our sport now is all digital. Having some sort of backup power source is gonna be really important. We feel that it's good quality product. And having the stash pack that holds the cable that connects to any device, it just works. It's not just my business partner, it's my friend. And so that's why this thing really works for me.
Welcome back to hole 3, probably the most wooded hole on the course. The 320 feet, a par 3. If you put this next to 17, I'd say that's my 2 favorite holes here. You've got this beautiful tee box, this nice wooded fairway, slight downhill shot with a turnover that does bleed right into the water. So if you don't have a lot of speed control, you could sneak OB.
We have the same tee, same basket location as last year, but we lost about 6 tree trunks on the inside right side of this fairway as you get into that second line of trees. Hailey doesn't get past the first, unfortunately, though. But I feel like it's playing really fair and honest right now if you hit that gap, and it's playing as a good hole.
Holyn Handley makes it out of the mulch, and she has a birdie putt.
Valerie looking just for a little bit of drag on this straight backhand and plays that extremely well. Maybe a buzz or a buzz SS, some of like.
Mertsch with a forehand off the tee and gets caught up before she exits the wooded part. Hailey King's looking for a scramble. What a beautiful shot from the knee.
Yeah.
Wow,
Ooh.
she could save par from there.
Tough ground play, not getting a skip. She could have maybe gotten up there real close. Mertsch almost
Hitting the flag.
rings it up from. Yeah,
Yes, it was.
Maybe hanging out too much, Holly. Jinx.
This is Hailey King to save par from about 50 feet towards the water. Solid attempt. Holyn Handley for birdie.
For the turkey start. Really solid putt there on the left side. Just left of center. Nice and low. That's kind of funny. Cat holding the jack-o'-lantern disc in front of her face and the sun illuminating it. That's a pretty cool shot. Someone freeze framed that one.
Mandujano for birdie. Strong putts to start out of her today.
Yeah, that one down towards the water's edge. Definitely one that can test the nerves of a lesser experienced or confident player.
And Hailey King with a bogey here on the 3rd.
Hole 4, one of the signature holes out here at Pickard Park. It's a bomber par 3. 431 feet with this pond on the right side playing out of bounds. Out of bounds line tucks really close to that water line, so really want to make sure you get some good push off your disc, but make sure that you finish to the left as a right-hand backhand player. In order to get this one close though, you are going to have to risk putting a little bit of turn on that disc and really trusting it.
Big distance throwers will, as Connor said, push it out over the water and try to land in the circle for a putt. Less experienced players might even lay up short off the tee with a jump putt and play it for a par 4. I'd say the most common shot is to just bell out left in the safe landing zone, and then you have a short pitch up for par after that, similar to what Valerie's doing here.
Yeah, you see that undercommitted miss more often than not on this one, a little high or a little bit too much hyzer angle.
Cat Mertsch with a perfect shot on this, a little bit downhill, pushing it.
Ooh, catches the limb, but ends up still inside the circle.
Oh, that's going right. That does not look like it's going to work back left in time. Can we get a water skip? Not enough, and Hailey King's out of bounds.
Yeah, such a fine line on a downhill shot like this.
You can see Valerie, it looked like she hyzered out and was just super short, but once you get up to it, it's practically just a jump putt to get a par.
Holyn looking to give this one a bid to go 4 through 4. Just shy. Her game's looking solid though. If you miss off the tee, you got to go to this drop zone, putting down at the water, and this one just dribbles out of the right side for King. Look at those discs just stacked up on top of each other. That's kind of funny.
Mertsch with one of only 6 birdies of the day here on hole 4.
3 discs on top of each other. I don't know if I've ever seen that on the course. Holly, have you?
I'm not sure. I did go fishing at that pond the other day and caught some pretty good stuff. No bass, 1 sun perch, and a snapping turtle.
Oh, those are always tough.
I didn't want to catch that, but it happened.
You guys, have you ever seen 3 discs stacked on top of each other on the course? Let us know.
Here we are on hole 5, everyone's favorite shot. Place as an island. Behind us we have a bleacher, a crowd full of spectators and supporters cheering us on, giving us the wave as we walk up to the tee box. I absolutely love it. Your tee shot must land inbounds on the island, or you proceed to the drop zone. Every player in this division is looking for a birdie too. You do not want to let this one slip away.
Second easiest hole on the course, and there's a look at those fans. We're starting to see those signature holes of each of our courses that are kind of starting to become mainstays on the course, have their competing rowdy sections of fans, a la the Maple Hill 8 holes. And we got the Hive here.
Cat Mertsch up first.
This is one of those aces that's right in front of you and can definitely entice you, but also make this hole harder than it might be if you were okay for just the easy park job.
Mertsch hits the high spike hyzer and lands safe in the short left corner on the island.
Holyn playing flat on a straighter putter, maybe a Challenger SS or something. Do the green flag chants pay off? Find out on this episode, Ace Run Pro, and let's go. Holyn got a look. Gonna be a hairy one, but you never know till you get on the line.
Mandujano with a bit of a lower shot, a bank skip, and she'll have a putt for 2.
Looked like that same disc maybe that she played on hole 3, that time on a hyzer to straight angle.
Looks like Hailey was throwing a putter off the tee, tracking out of bounds. It is unfortunately staying out of bounds, and she'll have to proceed to the drop zone. That's 2 out of bounds tee shots in a row for Hailey King. She pitches up to the chips, and she'll play for a drop-in bogey.
That drop zone's about 90 feet or so, so it's quite the heave. Holyn goes to a knee to create some space and not quite able to get the putt to drop.
Mertsch for birdie. Yes!
Strong putt there for Cat.
That's 3 birdies here on the front 9 for Cat Mertsch.
And we get the birdie gallop. Mandujano with the CTP on the card.
Her putt is looking great today. And Holyn will settle for her second par in a row.
Hailey, birdie start, all of a sudden finds herself 3 bogeys stacked in a row.
Unfortunately, erasing those birdies. More than half the field birdied this hole today, and no one got worse than a bogey.
Will it get aced in round 2? Check out tomorrow to find out. 6 at Pickard Park is a par 4 on the shorter side, but that out of bounds on the left throughout the entire way that wraps on the long side as well keeps you honest off the tee, and that wood line on the right is impenetrably thick, so if you find yourself in there, strokes are going to be leaked most likely. If you can put yourself out there pretty far off the tee and hug that left side out of bounds, you're going to give yourself the most open approach into this dog-legging to the right green.
Kat Mertsch up first after 2 birdies in a row. She pushes a turnover shot. Looks like it's flexing back towards the middle of the fairway, and she'll be set up very nice to attack for birdie.
Huge distance there for Kat.
If you can land more on the left side of the fairway, it makes the upshot a little bit easier so you're not pinched off trying to work your way around that corner. Valerie safe in the middle.
Yeah, she plays a little more conservative angle, just a hyzer stand up. Doesn't sacrifice too much distance and gives herself a chance.
Holyn let her shot go in the middle of the fairway, which means it's going to finish left, and it's out of bounds in the wildflowers. You really have to push that tree line on the right side, get it a little more flat. Yes, exactly like Hailey's doing. Let it work back left.
Yeah, if you want to throw the forehand into the green, you definitely want to be further to the left off the drive than Hailey or Kat, but we'll see if they can work the angle.
Holyn could still save par from here if she gets up around the corner. Unfortunately, that's the most common mistake when trying to get around this corner for the upshot.
And the way these early trees that mark the corner stick out, these branches, it really blocks your visual on the backside of the gap, and it's hard to really know how far past you can push before you find that out of bounds, making this short upshot harder than it would look like on paper.
And you really want to get around into that shadow to get yourself a circle 1 putt. Let's see if Mertsch can do that.
Going for the low skip, and there's a look at that luscious grass. It's about 3 to 4 inches in most places. Not a lot of skips on this course right now.
No, and as Connor said, these woods on the right are just as thick can get. Did you ever get the disc back that you lost on the right side from our practice round together?
I actually got all my discs back that were
That's great.
on that hole and on other places in the long grass. All my Explorers.
Excellent. Holyn sends a roller around the corner. She looks to be in that bush, but she might have a window for a putt. And Kat Mertsch shorted that upshot around the corner, but she has a long look at birdie. She's got her focus goggles on.
The rough is so bad on this course, you'd almost rather find yourself out of bounds in most cases than more than a couple meters into the rough on the opposite side.
Excellent.
Oh.
Did you see it go out the back side and then spin back in?
Where's that run back? Here it is. Let's watch that thing again. Thanks to Flight Factory bringing these highlights to us all season. This one's a little left, and it just rides with the backspin on the rim. I've never seen one go in quite like that.
That was great. Mandujano's given herself a birdie opportunity after a forehand upshot.
Ooh.
Off the top hat with a little stepper, and unfortunately takes a bit of a roll away to the backside.
Yeah, out of bounds was only another arm's length or so from where her disc fell, so fortunately it stayed in bounds at least.
And Hailey King's a little left off the band. And this is where Holyn's roller ended up. She has to go to the proposal putt from the bush.
Holly, tomorrow when you're on this green, look up in the trees just behind the basket there to the right. There's a little woodpecker hole with a woodpecker living in it with a mushroom over the top as a roof. It's one of the cutest things you'll ever see.
Wow, Holyn Handley making that proposal putt for a bogey save. That was a really good bogey save. Yeah, I'll have to check that out tomorrow. Sounds adorable.
And you can see the sweat on Holyn's face. It is hot and humid out here in Des Moines. The hottest conditions we've had on the tour all season, without a doubt.
Mandujano to save par. Another strong putt from her, as we have seen every putt since hole 1.
Yeah, even with the unfortunate roll, just stays calm, cashes in.
And Hailey taps out her short par. Cat Mertsch, that's a turkey for her. Here we are on hole 7 with a nice elevated tee box. This plays uphill. It's coming in at 345 feet, and we play it as a par 3. For the men, it plays as an island hole, but for us, the fairway is in bounds. We do have the left and right out of bounds. So you're going to send a tee shot as far as you can, hopefully making it up into these chips and getting yourself a birdie putt.
Definitely a tough get, especially if the wind is up, but we have some very favorable wind conditions, almost nothing on the course right now.
Cat Mertsch up first.
You can see those flags, those things are motionless.
She did not make it to the logs, but since we just saw her smash a long putt, she might go for this one. Valerie with a bit more of a distance line. A nice flex turnover.
Ooh, almost clears up into the hexagon.
All right, Hailey King, one of our longer throwers in the division. Let's see if she can get into the chips.
It says 345, but to park this one, it feels like it's about 425 feet of power. Getting onto the island feels like it's at least a good 385, 380.
All right, Holyn's got over 400. Let's see if she can get up there. Oh, she's got some good height on it.
Great angle, fighting out, and she...
Yay! Holyn
Makes
Handley
it.
all the way up there.
Definitely a bonus get for the FPO division. A hole most people are very happy with par on, so if you can score birdie, you're going to take strokes on folks.
Ooh, Cat Mertsch gives it a long run, but no connection on that one. I couldn't tell if Hailey King was laying that up or going for it.
Yeah, I looked a little timid on that run that I'm assuming it probably was.
And Holyn capturing one of only 4 birdies of the day here.
Takes a lot of power to get this, that, or some kind of highlight putt or throw in.
Like Connor said, the tee sign's only 345, but it feels like it plays all of 425.
Wonder what Holyn got it with. I wonder if it was Dryv or if it was one of her Tour Series vultures. Someone tells me through the grapevine it may have been a thrasher, so. Either way, well done, Holyn. Hole 8. This one's a fun one. It's a par 3 at 420 feet, and it plays well down the hill. Out of bounds line on the left over near that rough over there. This long grass on the right is in bounds, as well as that rough on the right, but you do not want to go in there. There are some openings, but there are also some tough spots back there. Give yourself something close here, as short circle 2 putts can be dangerous with a downslope behind the basket leading to more out of bounds.
Did you see the grass, the way it was cut on that drone flyover? Man, that was pristine. All right, Holyn Handley up first. Dryv has soared all the way down. She's pinned deep right on the edge of the woods, and she'll have about a 30-foot putt for birdie.
The way that was flying almost looked like a mid-range to me. That was a really good shot from Holyn, just get offline.
Yeah, Kat started her shot at the basket, so it's going to finish more left than you'd like. It's better if you could pull your shot a little bit to the right and let the disc work back left. See if Valerie can... Oh, I like that.
Playing
We have
that
a
hyzer
turnover
stand
flex.
up.
That's pretty. Oh, deep. Oh, gosh. She got caught up. She'll have a birdie putt at it. This is such a fun tee shot. I'd say it's my favorite tee shot on the course.
Yeah, it really is. A lot of ways to attack this one, but also a lot of ways that you can miss your angle. Hailey with the power to go for the forehand. Doesn't quite get as flat as she wants, but she's looking at it.
Mertsch up first from about 40 feet.
Couldn't quite get a ton of legs out of that stance. finds herself just short.
Holyn from 35. Solid looking straddle putt out of her.
Yeah, really compact upper body swing there. Fired it in.
It's Holyn's 5th birdie here on the front 9, putting her at 4 under par.
She has a chance to bookend her 9 with turkeys if she can birdie on 9.
Oh, I love the upward nose angle Val put on that, but she hit the top band. Let's see if King can get her birdie putt in. Oh, and just a bit left, which is what we saw from a putt 2 holes ago.
Hole 8 saw 30%
Oh,
birdies.
and Hailey unfortunately rushed that one a bit.
Wow.
Just not
Very.
sure if she was frustrated with the missed putt.
Very surprising from last week's champion. Having some front 9 struggles. She's going to need to turn it around fast.
Here we are on hole 9. Uphill, blind, 290 feet, par 3. You got out of bounds on the left and the right. The number 1 goal, make it out of the tunnel. That is the most important thing you need to do here. If you try to throw too hard, you can get a little sloppy. Maybe you turn your shot over and go out of bounds. The most important thing is to just get up here into the field, get yourself a putt, and if you're feeling comfortable, run it. Holyn Handley up first.
This is a shot that you almost need to turn longer than you assume. It's a blind shot off tee. You can use that tree in the background though to kind of shape your line.
Holyn lands about 40 feet away from the basket, and Kat Mertsch hits the mulch in front of her. And pro tip on this hole, you don't need to release at the very front of the tee pad. You can release in the middle of the tee pad, and that will put you a little bit further away from that ground in front of your face.
Definitely a great tip for this one that a lot of the players are going to be utilizing this weekend, as this one has such a steep rise directly off the tee. Very unique hole.
Mandujano lands safe in the fairway, and Hailey King is up and over, and she unfortunately has hyzered out of bounds on the left side.
Another rush shot out of King. Can't get sloppy and lazy on a course like this. There's enough out of bounds, it's going to punish you.
In Mertsch with a chip shot, she'll have a drop-in par.
Got that kitty toss.
And there has been a course cat spotted, a little gray chonker with stripes here on hole 9. I've seen it all over Instagram, but it has not yet blessed me with its presence, which hurts my feelers slightly because I love all cats. Mandujano gives it a birdie bid, but no connection. And this is Holyn Handley for birdie from about 35. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you all for spotting.
Holyn in the basket for one of 3 birdies on the day, joining Paige Pierce and our own Holly Finley. What'd you throw, Holly?
A Starlight Boss and a 60-foot putt.
Wow. It's a good pickup.
And Hailey King will take another bogey. That's 5 bogeys here for Hailey on the front 9.
Everyone else only 1 bogey at the most. Valerie with a clean 3 down. Holyn leading the card as she does bookend the 9s with 2 turkeys.
Let's take a look at the top 10 leaderboard with Holyn's great round. Right now she's sitting in 2nd place, but look at Emily Beach holding on to the top spot. And look at that multi-way tie for the bronze level. Way to go, Leah Sinagini.
In the clubhouse with the 4 down.
Appreciate you guys tuning in to this round 1 front 9 coverage of the Des Moines Challenge. Man, this course is looking good this year. We had so many volunteers out there sweating their butt off in the heat. I appreciate every one of you coming out. Also, tons of spectators. I signed a lot of discs today, and that was so fun. If you have your kids, please bring them out tomorrow with a sunbrella and some cold water. I can't wait to see you guys out there.
What a play on words there, Holly. That was a professional move there. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you for the back.